England, we know, always in this particular category strong. Yeah, I was just looking at the pictures as well of Rog and Peter Stringer, and out there would have been, I suppose, their ambition when they were schoolboys to play in a Munster School Senior Cup. They went on. You know, it's tough to kind of put too much pressure on fellas. We saw last year disappointing crop because everyone was hyped up about the 2016 crop, and they've already come through. We're going to see some of them tomorrow. Where does it lie now? Is it the same as it was 5 years ago, or is it less important?
I think it's probably a little bit less important. There's that Celtic Cup competition which runs at the start of the season, but it is for some people a real chance to put themselves in lights. You know, I know that the national team will have a serious look at this, and I think the Irish model is a little bit more about finding individuals rather than winning the competition. You know, England have had huge success as a team over the last few years, but they haven't brought through as many players as we managed to have, and we brought through world-class players. So, you know, it's been a really good nurturing ground for us in terms of producing players for the provinces in Ireland.
2 or 3 is kind of what everybody wants from each season, isn't it?
Well, if you could turn out 2 or 3 internationals every year, you're doing really well. Over 4 years, that's a dozen internationals, you know. And some years you get a really good year, you're 4 or 5 maybe come out of it. But we always look at these games in anticipation at who's the next guy to come out of this. And as Byrne said, every year it's coughed up somebody. And I think again you're looking at another bunch of players here like Hawkshaw, who's already been successful in Gaelic games in hurling. Scott Penny has already appeared for Leinster. So there's a lot of guys there who'll be peeping over the fence to try and get into the professional game. And the pathways are good now. You know, the academies are running well. You get your chance, and they know that a night like tonight you can make a statement if you get an opportunity. Yeah,
why is that different approach, do you reckon? I mean, England do tend to dominate at this age grade, or at least be in the top 2 or 3 in the world regularly, and they don't have as much of a flow through.
Yeah, and then they don't, you know, I suppose a lot of the English players are actually already playing Premiership rugby, you know.
One of them has played Heineken Cup,
yeah, exactly, the likes of Exeter and Northampton, and, you know, even Munster, there's a couple of them there. But I think maybe they just develop earlier, you know, even as men, or maybe
the emphasis on the physicality
of it. But, you know, I suppose I slightly disagree with Bernard, and I think if you're under 20, this is huge, you know, and playing for Ireland at whatever age is absolutely huge. And all of these lads that are playing here today, this is the biggest and best that they can be right now, you know. And, and you look through the team sheet, like we have a few that were here last year. Harry Byrne is looking forward and looking back, you know, at his brother as well. And I just think that this is really big for them. And you know, Scott Penny, that you know, as a 7, he's out and out. When I watched him play for Leinster this year, I was like, is it Van der Fleer on? Like, you know, that he has the same look of them, and like they're all looking up, and the production line is there. So I suppose it's not as important that we win the under-20 Six Nations. The development of the players through, and the conveyor belt, and especially up in Dublin, unfortunately, as a Munster person, is running really well, isn't it? You know,
shin program, I like. But I mean, here come the Irish lads. I mean, is there a difference in? We talk about just how micro-managed, and I mean that as a compliment. I mean how structured the game is at professional senior level. Have we a bit of looseness here?
No, not really. No, these guys are incredibly well coached. Come through development pathways. I think the difference in England and Ireland is the English players go to 12 clubs. It's harder to control them.
OK, we're going to leave it there, because let's hear the crowd greet the two teams as they come out here at Independent Musgrave Park. We'll hand you over to our commentary team, and I do believe it's Donal and Hugh.
Thank you very much indeed, Dara. Yeah, so a new era for Ireland's under-20s as they look to mark their opening round of the 2019 Six Nations Championship with victory here against England at their new home in Irish Independent Park. A cold night for fans, with pretty much ideal conditions for the players on that beautiful artificial surface as well. The talk from both camps all this week has been about a willingness to play, and hopefully that will translate to an entertaining contest. So both teams out on the pitch. Ireland coach Noel McNamara has had the benefit of 2 warm-up matches before deciding on his preferred starting 15. Dylan Tierney at hooker and Charlie Ryan in the second row, the only 2 players in the pack with previous under-20 experience, while Josh Wycherley at loosehead is the younger brother of Munster forward Fineen. In the backs then, Harry Byrne earns his 11th cap at this level, with Shannon scrum half Craig Casey inside him. Hawkshaw partners Liam Turner in the centre, with an all-Munster back 3 of Wren, Phillips and Flannery. England no shortage of talent even in Steve Bates' side, with no fewer than 9 players back from last season. Flanker Ted Hill, Jock lock even Joe Kapoku and flanker Aaron Hinckley, along with number 8 Tom Willis, all reached the final of that Under-20 World Championships in France last summer, while Hill is already a full senior international. So they are the starting teams. And a quick look at the bench as well. Plenty of experience for England, as I mentioned, 9 back from last season. And John McKee from Old Belvedere as well, one to keep an eye on for Ireland on the bench. Referee for this one is from France, Ludovic Kerr. His assistants, Vincent Baquet, Nicolas Data. While the television match official tonight is Denis Grenouille. Donald Lennon's beside me. Beautiful night for a match and a really good crowd as well.
Yeah, great crowd here. The under-20s are trying to make a home here in Musgrave Park, and delighted that the crowd have turned up to support. A lot of Munster players in the side. I think that has added to the gate, but overall a fresh team, a lot of changes from last year, and a new beginning really for this group.
Referee gets the final word to get things underway. And it'll be Harry Byrne, younger brother of Ross Byrne, of course, and fly half last year during the 20s to set us off. Beautiful pitch down there, perfect for running rugby. And you get the feeling we could see plenty of tries in this one. First take from Murley, Harlequins winger for England. Takes the tackle there from Maunder. And up comes Alex Coles, Northampton second row. Himself and Kapoku, big units. And here is Kapoku, the only Saracens player in the starting 15. One of the few back from last season, and a big impact in that World Championship in France last summer. England going all the way to the final before losing out to the home side. Blocked down kick, and this one could fall kindly. Awkward enough in the end for Smith to deal with, and he did well just to get the pass away to Hodge. Maunder settling things down a little bit. Ireland up so quickly. Tackle goes in from Hawkshaw, the captain, Clontarf centre, alongside his Trinity teammate Liam Turner.
Play White.
No real wind to speak of here, so should be no problem for the kickers. That's much better from Maunder. Plenty of height on it, and Byrne is underneath it. Good catch by Harry Byrne. Kapoku miles offside in case he spotted the run as well. Just a little bit too eager to get up and make that tackle. It was Hill who eventually put him down. Nice pass at the back, beautiful hands to Turner. Turner has Phillips outside him, and Ireland just outside that English 22 now. Big bashing run. The tackle had to go in from Adkins, but I tell you, he felt that one. There for Harry Byrne again. Hawkshaw changing direction, back to his fly half. It's come onto the England hands though. An advantage for the knock-on as well. Tom Willis tidies things up. There for Tony, the interception on the plate. There's no advantage now. They're going to go back to the scrum. The crowd are cheering Donald, but it won't count.
No, the referee had been playing advantage, but Jonathan Wren, his first touch at under-20 level, and thought he was going to score. Referee was playing advantage. There was a knock-on early on.
He's from your club, Cork, Jonathan Wren.
Yeah, product of presentation here in Cork, and he's had a very good start to the season, but you just see the knock-on there. Pass really was telegraphed in the end, but Ireland just losing control of the ball. I think about forward from Harry Byrne. Big carry here from Charlie Ryan, one of the only 3 players back from last year.
White. Just hip angle already, so. Yeah. Thank you.
So first scrum of the game then. Ollie Atkins, Nick Dolly from Sale, and Marcus Street, the front row for England against Wycherley. Dylan Tierney and Thomas Clarkson.
Stay on the mark, please, yeah? Let's go.
You can see England shading it in terms of pack weights, but as we know in the modern game, that doesn't necessarily mean they'll have the advantage here.
No, it's all down to technique, and I know Noel McMahon has done a lot of work on the scrum. Ireland not quite as big as some of the packs they've had at this level over the last few years, so they've had to work on their technique.
Hooker, please, on the left. Hooker, same.
Marcus Street, the tight head for England, is playing in his third under-26 Nations tournament.
Yeah, incredible. I mean, you look at the difference in experience of both sides. 7 of the English side started that World Cup final at under-20 level against France last June when they lost. The entire back row, Tom Willis, Hinckley and Ted Hill as a unit played in that final, so they have that little bit more experience, but also maybe more settled combinations, which certainly helps.
Ball there for Willis at the back. And the number 8 happy to use it. Goes down that right hand side. Smith calling for it and gets it. 2 outside him. Pass was intended for Slowdown on that right wing, but just couldn't get his hands on it. Kapoku hit hard. That'll send a message out. The main ball carrier for England last year in the championship, Kapoku. And here is the man playing his third Six Nations tournament, Marcus Street. Whistle goes. Ireland get the penalty.
Huge psychological plus there for Ireland, stopping those big England forwards, particularly those 2 second rows you mentioned, Kapoku and Coles, just not allowing them build momentum. Good hit early on, and great poach. I'm not quite sure, I can't see who it was, but very good work on the ground, waiting for the tackle to be made, just getting his hands in over the ball, staying on his feet, and referee Ludovic Kerr from France, quick to reward him.
11th cap at this level for Harry Byrne, and this one is just slightly to the right of the post, and shouldn't be a problem for him. He's been training and developing his game alongside his brother Ross, along with Johnny Sexton, Felipe Contepomi. They're not bad mentors to have at all. His first kick of the game, as I mentioned to you, there's no wind here whatsoever, and this will be a good start for Ireland. Perfect angle to tell you where that's going, and the answer is straight between the posts. That's a brilliant start.
Perfect kick, and another 4 or 5 yards in it as well, so he'll have got his bearings here. Just see, very good strike right between the posts. He played here for the Irish side against the Munster development team over Christmas, so has experience of playing here before.
They had 2 warm-up games against the Munster development team, which they won 24-20 right here on this pitch, and then 38-17 against Leinster. So back-to-back wins for Noel McNamara. I'm sure he'd be happy with that preparation.
Yeah, and those development sides had a number of players over age, just to try and build the physicality that they're going to expect tonight.
Here's the full-back, Josh Hodge, Newcastle. Pretty elusive. Just to get some forward momentum. Tom Willis as well, pumping the legs. The Wasp back row should be there for Maunder to use. Kapoku again, first receiver, trying to bash his way through. Good tackle though from Tom Clarkson to put him down. Stood his ground well. In behind from Willis again. Smith getting that back line going. Dolly the player to carry. England getting a bit of momentum here. The offload and the tackle to Street, who immediately gets thumped in the back, and England have numbers on the left hand side here. Back in though goes Hardwick. Hardwick for England in the centre, supporting his outside shoulder. Good line as well from Murray. Equally good tackle to bring him down. First real attacking opportunity now for England. Kapoku, surely that had to go. He had 3-4 players outside him. Alex Coles this time, second row partner. Maunder, Kapoku, maybe just a tunnel vision from the big man, so used to carrying it. Maybe the passing option didn't even come into his head, but he should have given that one. Let's see if England can finish it from here though. Smith, up the middle goes Hill.
On his feet, on
Ireland
feet.
managed to get their hands on it though, and they've turned it over. Good defensive work. And now they're going to run it from well inside their own 22. Phillips calling for it on the outside, doesn't get it though. On goes Turner. It's another couple of metres there for Casey. Byrne. Looping pass in the midfield, and Niall Murray did well just to hang on to that. Byrne again. And behind to Flannery. Good stop by Hodnett to the halfway line. Back in his feet. Look at the power of the UCC back row. On they go, Ireland. Moloney this time carries. Byrne. Kick over the top.
Thanks.
Trying to force the England back three to retreat. That's a really good kick.
Super kick there from Byrne, but incredible defence for Ireland as England take it quickly.
Well, I'll tell you, that was a risky one, and Hodge doesn't want to get caught here. Opposite booted away. Probably not the worst option, given he had 5 Irish players right in front of him.
Okay, thanks.
Now a chance for Flannery. Flannery trying to go straight through. Taken up by Penny. The Leinster back row forwards. 2 tries in the Pro 14 this season, then doesn't release the ball in time. In fact, not on his feet was the call from the referee. But just go back to Capoco. He should have given that pass.
Yeah, he should have there. There was 2 or 3 men outside him, but you know, you got a glimpse of the danger that England pose in attack. Tom Hardwick, brilliant break up the middle of the field from him. A fantastic cover tackle from Martin Moloney, just saving the day, because if Hardwick had got that ball away, you just see the break here, stepping inside. Charlie Ryan looking for support on his inside and outside, keeping the ball alive. There's the tackle from Moloney, actually on Murley. Vital tackle and a great turnover here. Really good solid hit in the breakdown from Dylan Tierney.
So it's jolly to throw. Line out ball off the top for England as well. Plenty of big targets to aim for in that set piece. And then the pass from Hardwick. It's getting over the gain line. Maunder. This is Coles. Back to the scrum half. Smith couldn't quite find the hands of Caden Murley. Ireland getting up really quickly though, trying to stop England behind the gain line and just break down their momentum. Hill with the carry. Someone Eddie Jones has been keeping an eye on, as I mentioned. Senior international cap already under his belt.
Play on.
Referee just warning Ireland to stay onside. Here is Smith. Hardwick with the pass to his captain, and Dingwall almost got away. Back to his inside centre. Lovely offload as well to keep that alive. Now Hodge. Tackled by Phillips. Ireland get over the ball and they get their hands on it. Another brilliant turnover. Super work at the breakdown. Hodnett. Casey back to Byrne.
Well, it's touch.
Touch from an English player. Can't quite see who got the hands on that one. Phillips is done to the ground.
No hands now.
Street in to protect that ball. Then Munster goes to the right hand side. Tackle has to be made. Touchline. Was he in touch? Flag is up.
Scott Penny really aware of the space that was there right on the touchline. But England, we've seen a number of glimpses of just how dangerous they are with ball in hand. Willis, really big man there. But Scott Penny, we've mentioned in the build-up to the game, was featured for Leinster at Pro 14 level. Putting in a really important tackle there.
So Dylan Tierney to throw in. Plays his club rugby with Corinthians, playing under JP Cooney, who's coaching him there. And speaking about how much he's managed to learn over the last few months from him, and of course in Connacht. Ireland completely at sea there in terms of the attacking move, and a chance to get away on the outside from Murley. England get the first try, and that is a disaster entirely of Ireland's own making.
Yeah, I mean, to concede a try like that, there just seemed to be a little bit of hesitancy. Then tried to move the ball under pressure when it wasn't on. We just see it here. Good ball from Murray on the line-out. It was just a breakdown of communication here. And Flannery got his boot to it, but unfortunately it didn't go forward. And Caden Morley, very sharp, picking it up. He was never going to be stopped from there. It's just a pass to nobody, really. Breakdown in communication.
On the mark,
And Conor Phillips unable to put in the tackle. But that really is a giveaway, given the superb defence up to that point. He looks sharp.
Yeah, Harlequins winger himself and Marcus Smith, the two Quins players in that back line. Smith is going to attempt to convert the try from his club teammate. Decent strike. So much experience playing for Harlequins in the Gallagher Premiership. Amazing, really, when you think that he's only 19 years of age, don't you?
Yeah, incredible. I think he's played 47 Premiership games. You look at his opposite number. Harry Byrne is playing for Lansdowne in the All-Ireland League. I mean, a big difference in the level of competition every week. As that really is a giveaway.
So Murley touching down for the first try of the game. Harry Byrne with 3 points on the board for Ireland. Goes deep with his kick. Willis. Back on his feet. Foku. Gets it to the 22. Referee just watching both teams and making sure they're staying onside. I think in the first 5 minutes or so they were up so quickly that
wait.
A little bit illegal. This one's high for Flannery. He's got to come for this one. Really good take. And stays on his feet as well from the hit. Good work by the full back there for Casey. Byrne spinning out of the tackle is Ryan. Almost at the England 10-metre line. Here's Byrne again. Two-handed carry. Thought about the offload. Had support from Liam Turner on his shoulder. Crowd on the far side not happy with something. Little step from Hawkshaw. And the captain goes to ground. Almost 15 minutes played. Byrne, missed pass on the outside. Wren. Casey to Hodnett. Did well to hang on to that ball. Quick feed from Byrne. He can't get away from Hinckley. And the Gloucester open side puts him down. Turnover again. And both sides coughing up at the breakdown, just not protecting the ball as well as they should, perhaps.
Stay back, please.
I want to give credit to the team that managed to steal it, but equally they should be expected to hang on to their ball in a position like that. England trying to launch a counter-attack through their captain Dingwall. Maunder to Coles. And back with a scrum half. Hardwick gets the pass away. Does it go into hand? Referee says play on, and the pass back inside to Maunder. Maunder is one of the outside. Surely for England, queuing up Willis. Tom Willis and the Wasp number 8. Underneath the post. It's a second try in the space of about 4 minutes time, and England run 60 metres to touchdown.
Yeah, that's another killer blow for Ireland, coming as it did from a turnover at the breakdown after Ireland were in possession. But that England back row, Hill was the guy who carried it up the middle of the field. I mean, the two England centres really look powerful, but here's Hill, capped at full international level against Japan last November. But again, supporting the inside, good offload from him. And this pass here eventually going to Willis, the number 8. He's looked really impressive in the opening 15 minutes of this game.
No problem for Smith, and the conversion goes over. Well, after Ireland kicked that penalty, England had scored 2 unanswered tries, and they've only played 16. Well, we were hoping for tries, but England certainly on message with that one.
But again, it was Hardwick, the 12, who was the instigator of that. Made the initial break, got the offload to Hill. Hill kept it alive in the tackle, and England really strong in the upper body, managing to stay alive in the tackle, keep the hands free and offload.
Again goes deep with the kick-off, and Caden Murley, the first try scorer, carries it into contacts. Katoku. Scott Fenny just standing on his right, and the tackle goes in from Murray. Maunder, box kick, a lot of distance on it, plenty of height though. Phillips called for it, knocked it on though, straight into the hands of Willis, and they're going to try and go again. Hardwick, pass on the outside. Wren thought about going for the intercept. Passes forward, but we go back for the first defence for the knock-on. Yeah,
that's twice now that Ireland thought they were going to get in the end of an intercept, but just a knock-on here from Conor Phillips, unable to claim the ball. Again, Willis ever alert. And England have great width. They're keeping both wingers are standing on the touchlines. They're trying to stretch that Ireland defence. And, they look pretty dangerous when they're in possession.
Yeah, same, please. Yeah, left to the mark, please. Yeah. Same. Good distance. Yeah, shoulder up, please. Yeah. Crutch. Down. Bind. Set.
England trying to get an early shove there. It's gone straight down on the ground.
Two here.
Referee no choice there, but to call a reset. I mean, both front rows going to ground at the same time.
Okay, please. Come on, let's go.
Ireland just that little bit hesitant. They want to trigger early because they know the power of that England pack. If they get their hit and into position early, Ireland are going to be in trouble.
Balance. Crunch.
Bind! Set!
There's the feeds. England try and get a shove, but Ireland locking out the scrum.
Play white, play!
And Ron is told to use it. Murray carries. Well tackled though. Up goes Coles. Smith to his captain, Dingwall. This time it's Adkins. Lost the loose head for England. Ireland again up quickly to make the hit, but Willis spinning out of the first tackle. There from Maunder. Another passes it out and loses it. Tierney, Phillips. Almost at the English 22. Can Ireland get something on the board here after conceding 2 tries? Byrne, flat pass, trying to go through the midfield and gets it back to his fly half. Byrne once more, two-handed carry, gets the pass away. In to help out was Turner. This is Hodnett, tackled by Dingwall. There for Casey again. Penny. Kapoku trying to steal them. England have managed to get a hand on that ball. Again, Ireland not protecting it when they should. And England looking to counter. Oh, lovely offload. Absolutely brilliant from Hinckley. Now races on over the halfway line. Hill at the 22. He's quick. And needs support now. Didn't release in time. He did all the hard work, Donald.
Yeah, but I think just stupid play from Marcus Smith, who took out Conor Smith or Conor Phillips 3 yards beyond the ball. But this guy Ted Hill from Worcester, again just Ireland sloppy. Kapoku, I think, getting a hand in, and England looking to go wide all the time. Again the offload and the tackle.
Yeah, let's go.
And Hill, what an athlete this guy is. You can see why Eddie Jones wanted to have a look at him at senior level. But there, just on the top of your picture, Marcus Smith checking out Phillips, way off the ball. Absolutely stupid, because if England recycled that ball, it looked like another try.
Time off. Yeah, your player is okay.
But that England back row is creating havoc at the moment. Hill and Willis, superb carrying, while Aaron Hinckley, the 7, very good at continuity and also on the deck.
As the captain, Fraser Dingwall, is down.
The captain,
Hampton centre.
And that centre pairing, Hugh, Tom Hardwick and Fraser Dingwall, are creating havoc. Very big, powerful players. It was a fear for Ireland coming in. They knew England, this particular England group, had so many players back from the Junior World Cup last summer. They were bound to be just that little bit more cohesive, and they've looked at.
Martin Moloney just fixing the contacts, but plenty of big hits. I mean, there you see. Tackle technique there is just appalling. Going in with his head there. Kapoku as well, loves to carry.
He's a big man, isn't he? Another Saracen second row. I don't know what they're doing over there at the moment. They have obviously Maro Atoja and George Cruz in the second row for England tomorrow. Also Nick Ezekwe has been capped for England.
This guy Kapoku as well, one to keep an eye on. Harry Byrne to Hodnett. Hodnett trying to bash his way through the midfield. Oh, that's brilliant. Really good stuff for John Hodnett. Gets the offload away, the kick through. That came off an English hand. I think it came off Josh Hodge.
It should be an Irish line-out. But you just see the power of John Hodnett. He's an outstanding carrier. I've watched him a lot for UCC over the last year or two, and he reminds me of a young Sean O'Brien. He's the same shape, same power.
That's crazy. The linesman hasn't given the line-out to Ireland, John.
Well, that's crazy, I think the referee is checking it.
It clearly came off Josh Hodge, being a fullback.
I mean, you wonder what these guys are watching. That happened only about 6 yards away from him. Here's Hodnett there managing to offload. Kick going in from Casey. You saw it just going off the hand. Yeah, definitely. Good attacking position out for Ireland. They've only had one line out to date in the game. They need to get points on the board just to lift the confidence.
Tierney throws, goes to the back, misses the target. A little bit fortuitous that it came back on the Irish side. Hodnett, he's so strong in contact. There now for Casey. Can Ireland make it count? The pass doesn't go to hand. It went backwards and Byrne under pressure. Then he knocked it on.
No, first is back, no problem. After knock on.
Problems of their own making when they have the ball.
Yeah, it's an unforced error. I mean, they were lucky to get away with the overthrow at the line-out. Again, just not sure that pass out the back who it was meant for, and Martin Moloney pulled his hands away, but unfortunately knocked on. But again, you just go back to the line-out. It didn't go to the intended target. This group, they've had a lot of time together, as you mentioned, the 2 warm-up games over Christmas. They were down at Fort Island for most of last week, so they've had a lot of preparatory time. So from that point of view, I think Noel McNamara will be disappointed with the level of those unforced errors.
Trip to Argentina in the summer as well for the World Championships. Something to look forward to.
2 hooker, please. 2 hooker. Time off.
So we want to talk to both hookers here. So Tierney and Dolly.
No, you are responsible of the distance. I want a good distance immediately, and I want to play like the 2 and 4 scrum. Okay? I want the good attitude in the first scrum. Okay, so please. Time on.
Yeah, the scrums have been a little bit messy. We've had a few resets already.
Yeah, but I think he wants to get the 2 hookers who lead. He wants to get them that little bit closer together in the setup.
Let's go. 2. Squeeze him. Crutch. Down.
I wait to crutch.
No.
Bind.
Set.
Again, another messy one. Free kick to England this time.
Push before.
Pushing before the ball came in is the call from the referee.
You can see Ireland are just that little bit anxious.
Push before.
They just need to back themselves a little bit more.
It's a pretty impressive beard as well from Marcus Street, isn't it?
Pretty hairy 20-year-olds these days.
Flannery with the kick. Needs the bounce. So okay, just forcing England to play it here. Back with Hodge.
Stop, stop!
Here's
Okay,
Byrne. England back 3 pretty well
Green,
positioned.
Stop 2, please.
Awkward enough bounce though. Just sits up in time. And England try and launch. Bit of an attack. No, knock on. Hill dropped it. There for Casey.
Advantage, knock on.
Moloney.
White.
Calling for it out wide here. See what Ireland can do with ball in hand. Hawkshaw slips it away to Tierney.
Advantage over for knock on.
Comes back inside and Street puts him down. Pick and go. Flat pass in the midfield. Byrne goes wide. Hodnett, really good hands. Had support from Wren on his shoulder. Just took the tackle though. Ireland happy to go through the phases here. Charlie Ryan with the carry. Byrne. Again, it's a knock on. And again, it's when Ireland, just when they seem to be getting a bit of momentum, Donald.
Absolutely. I mean, they do look good at times. There was far better play. 2 lovely passes from Harry Byrne right in front of the receiver. But just Tom Clarkson, too anxious, really. He ran a very good line, but unfortunately left the ball behind him.
Yeah.
Much better play from Ireland. Much quicker recycle, which helps them. They want to try and move this England pack around the place.
Good attitude on the first scrum, please.
They're handling really just leaving them down at a vital moment.
Number 9, please.
Hill is a monster.
Yeah, he's huge. Very mobile as well for a guy his size.
He showed a clean pair of heels there a while ago.
Bind!
It's amazing. Under 20 years of age, and he's a full international cap.
Play the ball. Play the ball.
There for Willis. Smith, nice back to Maunder. Oh, really good play. Tried to get the hand free for the offload, but tackle went in just in time. And look at that work from Martin Moloney to break down the old Belvedere back row. Got his hands in the right position, kept his body low, and then a quick tap away from Casey. The whistle's gone.
Please, on the mark.
Yeah, Ireland have been smart at times at the breakdown, almost more so when England have the ball. The likes of Penny and Moloney timing their entry quite well. They just need to protect their own ball when they're in possession. Again, England just looking to offload.
So Byrne tries to go as far down that touchline as he can. It was a tight angle. That's a really good kick.
Yeah, but they have to make the line out count now. Again, Mulder at scrum half, very busy player, just looping around, looking to bring his wingers into play all the time. Ireland need to get this right now.
2.5 minutes shy of half an hour. England with 2 tries on the board. Ireland with 1 penalty. Line out taken by Ryan. Tries to set them all. Penalty, England.
Number 5.
And it's against his second row partner, Niall Murray.
Yeah, I think what he's saying is there's obstruction. You can't go in ahead of the jumper. You're creating a block between the opposition and your own side. Very technical foul. But again, that's annoying. You see the Irish senior side, every time they get into the opposition 22, they're clinical in what they do.
Ball carrier, please. Oh, sorry.
Good clean take by Ryan.
Just watch the scrum cap getting in front of him.
You see Niall Murray behind him. He's in behind, getting himself between the catcher and the opposition. You can't do that. The scrum cap doesn't help either, it makes you more visible.
Sure it does. And there's Smith who takes from Ryan at ball. Carried by Hinckley. Launder. Back to
Wait.
Hardwick in the pocket. Wren tries the hand off. Casey to his hooker. Byrne. Oh, lovely break from Harry Byrne. Supported as an outside shoulder from Hawkshaw. The pass goes to Hawkshaw. Hawkshaw on the outside. Phillips calling for it and gets it. Phillips 5 metres short. Ireland. Second wave of the attack now coming up. Wycherley. Big hit to stop him. And again they go. Another pick and go, almost at the line. The forwards queuing up here.
Offside.
England desperate defending, and Ireland have a penalty advantage. Left they go, quick hands. Hawkshaw steps back inside. He did have a player outside him, but there was English cover as well. Casey trying to force a gap.
Back, please.
Pick and go again, almost at the line. Surely Ireland. Will they be held? Just short. Still there.
Always advantage.
Moloney this time carrying another advantage coming. You could see a yellow card. Hodnett. Inches only.
No ends.
Tierney getting ready, the hooker to carry. Tierney at the line. Surely that's over. Try given.
Great try. Great response from Ireland. Well done, Dylan Tierney. Backed himself just at the end, but all of that going back to a super break from Harry Byrne. It was vital that Ireland scored when they got within that 5 metres. You just see the break here from Byrne. Beautiful step in. But again, it's the ability to keep play alive. Hawkshaw does really well here. He's run down. He's aware of Phillips outside him. Gets the pass away. Phillips again making the ball available. And it was only a matter of time, you felt. But Tierney-Martin doing really well to get over. Great little leech as well, I think, from Murray to help him over the line. Ireland badly needed that, and you know they've shown glimpses of what they're capable of. Gave away the first try, so that'll give them a massive lift.
The Corinthians man crashing over for Ireland's first score again. And they'd be absolutely delighted with that. Puts Ireland back within 4 points now of England. 31 minutes gone in the first half. Here in Cork, Phillips kept his eye on the ball. Carry from Ryan. Byrne calling for it. He was standing very flat. Put the Gary Owen up. Now Hodge has got to come for this. Oh, that's brilliant from Hodge. Absolutely brilliant by the full-back. And is he going to go in from there? An incredible try. What a take. And what a burst of speed as well. Josh Hodge, take a bow.
Well, that's a brilliant individual try. Just a killer blow for Ireland, having fought their way back into the game. It was contestable, but Flannery got nowhere near the ball, and once Hodge hit the ground running, just steps inside Phillips at the end. But again, far too much space available there. Nobody covering across. He just got outside Hodnett, and you know, he was always back there. It was very difficult for Harry Byrne going for the corner flag. But that's a killer, given what Ireland had done to fight their way back into the game.
Smith from straight in front of the post makes it 21 points on the board for England, and just as Ireland had dragged themselves back into it, England going to this, and what a piece of individual skill.
Yeah, great pace, good step. He knew exactly what he was doing. From the moment he caught the ball, he had Troy in his head.
So, 21-10. Once again, Harry Byrne to restart. And once again goes right and long. Willis. Advantage to Ireland. Knock on. Went forward there from the carry, and Ireland get the penalty.
Forward, play on the ground.
Yeah, big hit going in there from Charlie Ryan. He's getting around the pitch, carrying
First,
well.
knock on white.
Putting in a
and
few
white
massive
play on the
tackles.
ground. Sorry? Okay.
Yeah, good decision by Hawkshaw to go for the post. Need to narrow the gap. Approaching half time, but at least they feel they're getting something back after giving away that last score. Again, Charlie Ryan just working really hard.
It was Hinckley, I think, who originally knocked it on, and then Aidan gave away the penalty, trying to wrestle the ball back. The result of which is an opportunity for 3 points for Byrne. Hasn't missed one yet. Took his time over it, and the flags go up. 21-13, 3 more points on the board, courtesy of the boot of Harry Byrne. And Ireland again just hitting back straight after England scored that try.
Yeah, but it's vital now they get the concentration right, cut out those silly errors, and stop handing England opportunities.
So Marcus Smith, Casey underneath it.
I did answer one.
Finds touch. Beat English line out. 5 minutes to play, or thereabouts, until the half-time whistle. He's not too happy with how far the touch judge gave him on this near side.
Yeah, first.
Thought he got another 10 metres or so out of it. Dolly with the throw, tapped down, but Maunder a little bit caught there, did well just to recover that one. Did it go forward? It did. And the referee spotted it.
Yeah, and Ireland they need to keep just hanging in there, putting the pressure on England, competing in the air as they did there. Don't give them any free catches.
8 green, 8 white, on the ground. Scrum green.
Hodnett again, sharp as an eel, going down on that.
Let's go, come on. Let's go now. There. Yeah. Yeah, shoulder.
Expect England to put pressure on here now and try and force Ireland backwards into scrum. Ireland have locked out pretty well when the scrum has been stable, though.
Yeah, well, I think all they're looking for is a quick channel one ball, get it in, get it away, and because Harry Byrne is directing things quite well.
Phillips standing on the right hand side, he's a decoy, though. That was a good scrum. Hawkshaw out to Flannery, the full back. Flannery has ran outside, and Flannery just couldn't quite get away from Dingwall. He marshalled him pretty well.
No, stay back, please.
Casey.
Thanks.
Hodnett.
He's carried really well.
Brilliant. It's not a bad line either from Wycherley. Almost at the English 22. Casey just struggling to get bodies out of the way before he could get his hands on the ball. Trying to go on the outside. Beautiful run as well from Turner. Tackled 7 metres short of the line. Casey. Crashing they go. Murray this time. Gets to the 5. And just over it even.
No ends.
Back on his feet to carry again. Street puts him down. Ireland. Well, they were in this position 5 minutes ago, and Tierney managed to get over. Can they do something similar here? Another carry and another big effort just short of the line. Where's that ball? Hodnett brought down a metre short. Still there. Is that Wycherley? Puts the hand back. Tierney, will he get a second? Tierney's over. Can he get it down, though? Hill is underneath him, and so too Mulder.
No ends.
Ireland try and recycle it. They have it at the back. Again, massive pressure this time. Dolly trying to stop him. Was it on the post?
Time off.
We're going to go to the TMO, Donald. If it's on the post, it's a try.
Well, one of the Irish players clearly shouting to the referee that the ball was at the post. It could be Penny.
Yeah.
He's a try-scoring machine, certainly
TMO.
Leinster A in the early part of the year. We just have to
Denis,
see.
tu m'entends?
Oui, je t'entends.
Denis, can you hold me?
Scored on his
Try,
Leinster debut
yes,
against
no.
the Ospreys as well.
I never
Scott
see the
Penny.
ball.
Has he got his first under-20 international try here?
If there is a grounding, yes or no?
Okay.
The problem here is the camera has to show.
Regarde, il a
There.
pas
Yeah,
la
that's a
balle du
try.
poteau.
That's a try.
Là,
Definitely off the post. I'm not quite sure who
là,
it
il y a
was.
cette image.
I think it's Scott Penny thinks that it.
On dirait, mais je suis pas sûr s'il y a une autre image. Attends, il y a.
Dennis Granouillet is the television match
Please,
official.
replay.
Ouais, demande un angle. C'est un angle de côté où on voit la base du poteau.
Yeah, well, it was clear from that angle that the ball did touch the
Je crois qu'il
paddy.
y a que cet
There you
angle.
go. That's all it has to do.
Ok, là, donc pourquoi il a plaqué la base du poteau là?
Moi, il y a essayé.
Ok,
Vu
donc,
cet angle-là, pour moi, il y a
so
essayé.
the grounding on the poteau, so you say I can award the try.
I am decision.
Okay.
No, I have decision.
You have a decision, Denis, for you to try.
I.
Okay, try. Try.
Try given.
Great try.
Scott Penny.
Well,
Two tries in the Pro 14 and one for Ireland now.
Well, it's game on now again, isn't it? With a conversion to come. Great fight back from Ireland, having handed England 2 of their 3 tries. And it's just good, solid work again. Just Turner this time. Brilliant turn of pace. Good strength. I mentioned in the opening quarter just how powerful and impressive the England centres of Dingwall and Hardwick were, but we've seen now both Liam Turner and David Hawkshaw, when they get opportunities, they too can get in behind, they can make line breaks, they can offload. So Ireland, everything to play for, and the crowd now getting behind them. Great fight back.
Murray comes up to make the tackle. Casey to Niall Murray.
Just vital now Ireland don't concede before half-time, having fought their way back into the game.
It's been the story of the first half, isn't it? One team scores and the other scores almost straight away. So they can just see this one out here. Noel McNamara will be delighted, I'm sure, after the start that they had, conceding those 2 tries. Really from unforced errors as much as anything else. Now, Hodge, we know he can claim that high ball. It's another really good take by the full-back, and he's put down this time. Hinckley. Hodnett with the tackle. There from Maunder. Smith back inside to his hooker. And Dolly with a good carry. Maunder trying to find a gap. Look at that. Penny over the ball.
Thanks.
Told to leave it. Almost had it though. Willis trying to go through.
Release, tackle, release.
Adkins. And go right. And again, Dolly. Quick hands to get the pass away to Willis. Couple of rolls on the ground. Opportunity now on the right hand side. Smith, Hodge. Better from England. Dingwall. Lost the ball in contact. It went backwards though. Kapoku. Brings it to the Irish 22. Smith again. Dolly. Moloney puts in the tackle. Ireland close to getting their hands on it yet again. Hardwick. Look at Hodnett though, straight in over, trying to bash his way through and just put England out of sync and upset their rhythm slightly. Adkins with a carry.
Tackle.
Smith, little dink over the top, lovely from Smith if he can go. Oh, lovely pass back inside as well. Brilliant skill by the fly half. Maunder goes right. Smith once more. Hardwick on the outside. Surely for England. Straight home.
What a try. What an offload by Smith. Have to see that again.
Okay.
Silencing the crowd.
You want to control here?
I'm just wondering, is there a question
and first, Vincent, you want to control if there is a knock-on by number 10.
Yeah, I think they're looking
Time
at
off.
the pass.
TMO. Ah, Denis, on voudrait contrôler.
It's almost too good to be true.
Il y a pas un en avant, du 10 blanc là-bas. Et ensuite, contrôler si le touche à terre. 2 things, Denis. We want to control first if there is a knock-on by 10 white, and if there is knock-on, if there is no knock-on, we want to control here. If there is no try, no advantage, so penalty kick for tackle, no move.
So there was a Niall forward pass from Ulster.
Yeah, we control two things. Four, yeah.
Thanks very much. Cheers.
And captain, if there is no try, advantage for tackle, no move. Yeah.
David Hawkshaw just getting his speak in. He reckons there was a forward pass as well.
We check two things. Knock on by number 10.
Smith here taking it.
Was that forward?
I think it's forward. I think that's the pass that Hawkshaw is referring to. Just look at his hands here. Brilliant take. Do they go forward? No, that angle doesn't tell us a lot. My God, as it went forward.
You can see why Harlequin's rated so highly. I mean, he's just even having the skill to be able to do that as well.
Well, it's the thought process. You know, he's aware of there. I think that's forward.
Yeah.
If you look
for me,
at where,
Deeny, I have a decision.
Yeah, it is.
There is a clear forward pass.
Yeah.
So no advantage. Penalty kick for tackle, not move. Agree?
So England had a penalty advantage anyway. They go back for that, but no try.
Captain?
Would have been a nice one on Ollie Slateholm's record, wouldn't it?
Yeah, well, it's an audacious bit of skill from Smith.
Not
you
try,
see, he's one of those, he has the confidence to try things like that. But,
time off. Time on, please.
I'm not quite sure where the penalty is.
Forward.
Penalty, so they're going to go shot at goal. It'll be the last kick of the first half.
Penalty kick.
They're having a debate about it. They can go to the corner if they want to, of course. And,
la marque on the bon, Denis. Ball, please.
It's kind of handy if you have a ball.
Okay.
Yeah, they are going for sticks.
Going for the 3 points, so not rolling away after making the tackle as the penalty.
It's the third time in the game when Ireland have conceded a score after scoring themselves. It was a problem actually with the side last year. Restarts was a big issue for them.
After.
So Smith to put 4 points between the teams. On a deliberate routine, right foot of strike. He turned away straight away. He knew exactly where that was going. The flags go up. England finish with a penalty of their own. And, well, it's been exciting stuff in the first 40 minutes, end to end on a lot of occasions. Ireland running for the dressing room.
No, it's okay.
Only 4 points between the teams. Half time here at Irish Independent Park. It's Ireland under 20s 20, England 24.
It entertained the almost 6,000 here at Irish Independent Park in Cork, as are the band doing right now. That's what you're hearing. It's not interference, that's music, and they've been swinging the crowd all evening. 44 points. Let's start with England's 2 tries, because it looked like this was going to happen.
Yeah, unfortunately this was from, I suppose, an Ireland line out, and then the English defence put them under pressure, and sort of a bad mistake from our point of view, and then we were caught napping and a little bit narrow, and Caden Murley just straight in there, so down to our own errors.
Right, followed up quickly enough. Made it 14-3 then. Tom Willis, the number 8, Eddie.
Yeah, well, he's a great athlete, Willis, but Ireland's problems have been in defence. They've been slow to wrap around rucks, lots of space in between defenders, and England going through them for a shortcut there. Ireland need to tighten up their defence. They need to work hard around the corner and just get their spacing right, and that was a classic example of Ireland just having too much space between defenders and getting caught with the offload.
And cue the momentum shift. I know we're 4 points down, but it kind of feels like we're winning after looking so dodgy. Well, Tierney-Martin got over.
Yeah, I think the team showed real bravery. This is brilliant from Harry Byrne. Shows real pace. He draws the fullback, and puts the centre away. This is a brilliant offload to the winger. And then when Ireland get in 5 yards out, they've been really, really patient. They're going with it, working their pods, and they're making England make a lot of tackles. And here we see Dylan Tierney-Martin, just being patient, understanding where a try line is, really low body position, and gets over for a great try. And I think Ireland's mental strength to fight back, having conceded soft tries, being really impressive.
Then I suppose if you could be critical about it, it was straight away after scoring conceded within 30 seconds.
That's it. I mean, the old adage of being most vulnerable after you've scored is there. Harry Byrne, after doing a lovely break before, kick then just taken superbly by Hodge, but that's like absolute skill. Ireland were on the attack, so obviously they were again caught because they thought they were going forward and the gaps were there, but Hodge showing great step off the left and stepping inside for a comfortable try in the end.
OK, we got to keep an eye on the scoreboard here. Then Harry Byrne chipped in with another 3, and then we got the try that keeps us in this game, just grounded against the post.
Yeah, like as Bernard said, Ireland have been incredibly patient when they got within striking distance. But we've got within those striking distance off 2 breaks, right? Harry Byrne made a great break, and Liam Turner made a great break. So our dividends have been when we got away from the English pack. And then when we got into the strike zone, we've done very well. So we need to keep that in mind. Or go forward to get to those positions come from moving the ball a little bit wider.
Harry Byrne is down on the sideline. We're just trying to figure out exactly what his situation is.
Captain Green.
For Ireland, Rob Russell from Trinity Dublin University has come on to the pitch. So we certainly didn't see any yellow cards, but Harry Byrne is still togged out and just jogging up and down on the sideline.
I'm just wondering, did he get some sort of a head injury assessment at half-time? Is it a temporary replacement? Because he looks as if he wants to get back on the field.
Stay back.
There for Casey. Hodnett. 5 tries in total in that first half. It was a HIA for Harry Byrne, just confirming, and he looks like he's going to come back onto the fray. So he's been pass fit, and as soon as opportunity, he'll be back on for Ireland at fly half. Kick from Casey finds touch.
Yeah, I'm wondering why aren't they getting him back on now?
Please.
You just see him there on the sideline.
Wait.
He doesn't look like a guy whose night is finished, does he? Anxious to get back on.
For England as well, Joe Hayes has come in place of Marcus Street for England, so change in their front row. Murley.
Move 8.
Scored the opening try of the game. Hardwick has had a very good game himself. Tackled by Flannery. And here is the substitute, Joe Hayes. Well, they're not any smaller, the guys that are coming on to replace the starters. As you can just see, Joe Hayes, a huge tight head. One of the England players just taking a knee and getting a bit of attention on that left-hand side. So temporarily down to 14 players. The carry from Murray. Harry Byrne should be able to come back in as soon as this one breaks down. Hodge takes a big tackle and Wren trying to come away with it. Got to watch that full back, as you saw from that brilliant try in the first half. Trying to go through there with Scott Penny. And he makes a few metres. Good work by the open side. Hodnett.
No.
Flannery behind to his captain, Hawkshaw.
Stop line, please. Okay.
Jake Flannery has moved to 10. He's played out half for Shannon in the All-Ireland League all year. A really good out half, so he's the one stepping in for Harry Byrne in the out half.
Stop, please.
Awkward one for Casey, and Casey and himself are club mates at Shannon together. So they're playing at 9 and 10 here now until Harry comes back onto the pitch. That kick is going to find touch.
Good kick. Yeah, looks as if they're trying to get Harry Byrne in now. So I presume that means Flannery will revert to fullback and Rob Russell. Yeah, Rob Russell coming off. So it's as you were.
Time off. Yeah, number 10, it's okay? Okay, thanks. Time on.
It's amazing, first half, the continuity in the game. Each side had only 3 lineouts.
Just tell you how frantic that first half was as well. Kapoku getting up to win that ball, went backwards as well. Maunder gathering, back to his hooker, Dolly. Carries it into contact. Hill.
Every time he carries, he makes big yards.
Kapoku trying to get the arms.
As does this guy.
Oh, Hodge couldn't hold it. Now Wren gets the pass back inside. Lovely work, Hawkshaw.
Advantage over for knock-on.
Still on his feet, Hawkshaw. Really good strength by the inside centre for Ireland. And inside the 22 he goes. Penny, tackle. Was tackler offside? He must have been.
Not too early.
Referee playing advantage to Ireland.
14.
And then Hayes told to leave it. Byrne, crossfield kick. High, up and under. Phillips after it. Did they go forward? We'll go back to the penalty anyway, but worth a shot.
Yeah. Harry Byrne knew he had that penalty advantage, but again, David Hawkshaw, as we saw in the opening half, really good power in the legs. He'd no right to make this yardage.
14.
You just see Hodge, the full back, just spilling the ball. Jonathan Wren again getting the pass out of the tackle. But look at Hawkshaw here. Great tackle, Liam Turner. Those two Ireland centres have been superb in the opening half. And Ireland deciding to go for the corner. The crowd really trying to get behind them now.
Well, that'll tell you. I mean, when they've been close to the England line, they've had a couple of tries to show for their effort. Scott Penny and the hooker with the ball there, Dylan Tierney.
Well, they know their carrying is good enough. If they get into these positions, they can score. Great take.
First job done. Charlie Ryan takes the line out. It's at the back with Tierney. And now they try and shovel that English pack all the way to their own try line. Stopped once as the referee. Casey happy for the pack to have another go. Look at the work from Charlie Ryan trying to force the England covered away. They're almost at the line. Are they down? It's there with Tierney. Surely it's inches now. If he drops down, he's over. Tierney gets a second try and Ireland hit the front.
Well, the place has gone mad here. Superb from Ireland, and Dylan Tierney-Martin at the back of that maul. It just goes to show technique beats size all the time. Just a slight worry there as Craig Casey took a bang, but look at the setup here. Superb for Ireland. Ball at the back of the maul, keeping their patience, keeping square, and Tierney-Martin just picking his time, encouraged by Casey, filling him in how close he was to the line. That's a great start to the second half for Ireland.
Well, you can see what it means to Niall and the coaching team. Conversion to come here to push Ireland 3 points ahead. Hasn't missed a kick all day, Harry Byrne. He brought that round enough, it's going to go slip to the right hand side and wide, so single points, Ireland leads.
Time off, number 10.
Yeah, again you just see Tierney-Martin at the back of the maul, just good patience, good communication. Charlie Ryan again doing a really solid job in not only winning the ball, but he was at the arrowhead of that drive.
Substitute for England, and Cameron Redpath has come in, sailed back. He was picked on the England tour to South Africa over the summer, but picked up an injury just before they were due to go and never got to make it. So he's another player who could have been capped at senior level before the age of 20. And it's Marcus Smith, the fly half has gone off. Ireland's full of attacking intent here, and Flannery trying to get away. Tackled well by Dingwall. Just slowing that down. Wycherley in behind. Pass doesn't go to plan, and then Flannery can't quite pick it up. Penalty.
Those mistakes are killing Ireland.
Offside green.
And further worry now because the captain, David Hawkshaw, is down injured. Looks as if he extended his knee.
By green
but, just sloppy from Ireland in the wrong part of the field.
Free.
Well, they're going to have a shot at goal here, and as we said, Marcus Smith even has gone off, and Hawkshaw looks to be in trouble with his leg.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Smith was injured, but same old tale again. He scored a try, lack of concentration after the restart.
10 meter.
So it's going to be Tom Hardwick, Leicester inside centre here. I think it's Hardwick who's going to play fly half now, because I know Redpath is a centre by trade. Let's see if he can slot this one over. Yeah, no problem. 27-25, England back in front. The pendulum swings once again.
Yeah, that's annoying. I mean, Noel McNamara will be raging, just those errors opening the door for England every time. And that's a worry now, because Hawkshaw, he's going to go off, which I presume means that Sean French will come into the centre.
Yes, there is a captain, number 12.
You just see here, just trying to run away, just extended his knee when he hit the ground.
It is Sean French who's going to come in. Another Cork con, Claire Donald.
Yeah, again, like Jonathan Wren, another product of PBC last year. Big, powerful man.
No, number 4. Yeah, okay, number 4 is captain.
Play in the wing and in the centre.
Time on.
And indeed full back.
So it's 2 for Conor on the pitch now. Disappointing for Hawkshaw though.
Yeah, he was having a really good game. But I wonder will he Rude try to run out his defence there?
Yeah, back.
Well, Murray was underneath that ball. It went backwards and advantage being played now. It went forward. Bit of help from that assistant referee on the far side. Tierney, who's on a hat-trick, did well to hang on to that ball because he was under pressure. Flannery standing at first receiver. Here's Hodnett, gets the pass away now. First touch for the new man, Sean French. Try to get away. I think he's lost that ball in contact as well.
Yeah, it's been ripped out of his hands.
Katoku.
Slide home.
Hit hard in that tackle. Good clear by Willis there just to peel Moloney off the ball. Ireland have to set the defensive line. I think Hodnett has lost his red scrum cap. You can see it there to the left of your picture. In the contact, Munster swings the boot at it. Wren is underneath it, but he's leaving it for Harry Byrne. Decent take by the out half. An equally good tackle by Slateholm.
Stay back, please. Move, sir. Release 6. No, body's here.
Well, Hill was lying on the ball. Casey wasn't happy about it, and he let him know.
There's the beauty there. Flannery able to step into out half when Harry Byrne was down.
That's a brilliant kick.
Huge kick.
Massive.
Huge kick.
Ah, il a prendre dedans, c'est bon.
Josh Hodge.
60 metres.
He's a bit like Ian Balshaw, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a little bit. He's pacey.
Yeah, you, on you, please. No,
but, Sean French going into contact there. He would have been used to school's level of powering through players. You know, you get up to this level, everybody's as big and as strong as you. But he'd be thrilled to get on the ball
15,
early.
please. Stay on the 15.
No, it's functioned pretty well for Ireland overall, you'd have to say.
Yeah, first player.
At the back with Hodnett.
C'est bon, Nico?
Tierney back on his feet. And just forcing England back. And off that ball, Casey steadying himself. Looks like for another box kick here.
Okay, thanks.
Wren is after it. Wren just going to drop a little bit beyond him, but a crunching tackle, and then Hodge gets it. Penny puts him down. Hardwick. Another tackle by Scott Penny, who's everywhere at the moment. Munster goes cross field. Bounce is going to sit up for Wren. Support on his inside from the scrum half. Gets the pass away to Byrne. Composure from the fullback Hodge.
Stop, please. Stop.
Left-footed kick. Jonathan Wren has it again.
Okay, thanks.
He's going to have a run here. Got past the first tackle, but not the second. Big hit goes in on Murray, forcing him back. Good stuff from Hill and Kafoku there. A little bit of help from his second row partner, Flannery, trying to dance his way through the midfield. Oh, that's brilliant by Flannery. And away he goes. He's got 2 to beat still. Still on his feet. Flannery still going. What a run this is by the Shannon full back. Still there for Casey. The crowd on their feet. Charlie Ryan this time. Just outside the 22. Casey trying to force his way through the gap. And the handoff. Casey.
No hands now. Thanks.
Ireland full of adventure here. Tierney. Support from Moloney to clear out. Need to protect that ball though. Decent position here for Ireland. Hodnett. 2 outside him. Hodnett so strong in the contact. So difficult to stop as well. Up goes Wycherley. Now he'd love to score after giving away that penalty last time. Ireland have penalty advantage now, and it's against Hill. Free shot. Ryan. Another strong carry. Casey. Back to Byrne. Crossfield kick. Why not? Nobody on the far side. Phillips underneath it. Oh, he just lost his feet. Phillips back though.
Always advantage.
And he did have support from French on his outside. If the pass had gone, we're going to go back for the penalty. What a game this is.
It's a fantastic game. England were down a man because Munster, the scrum half, had been injured. Jake Flannery, what feet. I've heard brilliant reports of him playing out half for Shannon all year, and Ireland blessed with number 10s because you have Flannery, you have Ben Healy, who captained Leinster last year. He's in this 20 squad, and Harry Byrne outstanding. But just Phillips wasn't able to stay on his feet. Sean French trying to get out and support him. But Ireland, decision to make now, and yeah, looks as if they're going for the post, get back in the lead, keep the pressure on. I mean, this England team really fancied coming into this match, but Ireland, you know, despite committing Harry Carey at times, well in the game.
I mean, when you think, you know, if you want to be err on the cautious side, I think they gifted England 7 points, and you know, a couple of England's
14, tries,
two tries, really, yeah. So, I mean, experience at this level is great and all, but it's not everything.
Yeah, but it's the capacity to come back, as Bernard mentioned at half-time, just the mental resilience to keep at it, to keep in the fight. And they've shown from broken play, they really have a lot of attacking talent.
So Byrne to put Ireland back in front. Brilliant strike. 28-27. 55 minutes gone, and this game, well, it's anyone's, isn't it? Could not pick a winner. Substitution for England. Ollie Lawrence has come in, and it's Fraser Dingwall, the captain, who's gone off. So Lawrence, a big physical unit in that back line.
Yeah, Michael Milne also on for Ireland. I think it's Josh Wycherley coming off.
So double substitution. Milne from UCD replaces Wycherley from Young Munster.
Please.
Play on, Grin. Asking for support here while he tries to kick.
Wait, Stephen.
Yeah, it's not his best one.
No, 14 is okay.
Ireland might get their hands on it. Phillips did really well. Conor Phillips, the young Munster winger.
Good turnover.
And then England turn it over. Just not protecting that ball again.
No hands, Green. Okay, thanks.
Maunder looking to use the pack to take it up here. Hill. Good hit by Penny.
Release now.
Penalty England. Not rolling away.
Yeah, not release first.
Hodnett and Tierney, they've hit Hill every time he's been on the ball. But Phillips juggled with it here, eventually got a hold of it, but Ireland turned it over again, just not protecting the ball, and that's a brilliant kick from England.
Every inch out of that one, Hardwick.
Yeah, Hardwick he was really impressive in the opening half. At 12, he's moved into out half, and that he got every single inch available out of that.
Yeah, stay.
So, what can England do from here? They've been pushed over a few times by Ireland. Can they return the favour? That's a good take in the second row by Coles. And Ireland again, very effective at just stopping the momentum almost straight away. Players dropping to the ground, and the referee didn't spot anything illegal. So again, look, Tierney has his hands on that ball there. They've not released on England, surely. Oh, I don't know about that.
You'd have to see it again. Yeah.
No.
Penalties against Tierney-Martin, trying to get in and poach.
Number 2, Green.
But you just see England's maul not quite as well put together as Ireland's.
Let's have a look at this again.
Yeah, same, please.
Is he saying that Tierney went to ground and support his weight?
Well, you see, he's a tackler, so you have to release before you can poach. You have to have clear separation after the tackle.
Yeah. Wow, what a steal that is. Pops up for Phillips as well. Ireland, wow. What a time to poach an English line-out.
It's the first one of the night, gone against the throw, and again Charlie Ryan up in the air. He's had a really good game.
Casey trying to relieve some pressure. Fine touch, forcing them back towards that 22-metre line. He's not happy with the way he's striking that ball from his box kicks, Casey.
No, but he looks like one of these perfectionists. You know, he's looking for the extra inch all the time. But look at that. Ryan getting up in front of Kapoke.
Oh, wait.
So it'll be line out to England.
Time off.
Hardwick
No,
standing
please.
at fly half.
17. I want you to
Substitute
play on you.
Redpath into the centre.
Time on.
And Ollie Lawrence as well. So a new centre combination for England. Let's see what they can do. The Poku this time does manage to take the throw from Dolly. And England get a bit of a
the middle.
On they go.
No.
Huge power there. Much better drive. Sapping the energy out of Ireland.
Support there from Hayes as well. The tight head off the bench in the second half.
Number 6.
Ball presented for Munster. They're going to have a go here. And why not? The substitute, Redpath. Tackled well by Turner. Little dink over the top from Hardwick. Oh, that's absolutely beautiful. Stood up on a plate. Harry Byrne to the rescue. What about that?
Well, he saved a certain try. Again, Hardwick needs to get a beautiful chip here. Knew exactly what he was doing. And Harry Byrne anticipated that great kick from Hardwick. He's been impressive. Just Morley looking for a second try, and would have got it only for the intervention of Harry Byrne.
Who is captain?
England
have
replaced their tight head, Joe Hayes. Look at the size of him, number 18. He's as big as John Hayes.
He is. Fields of Athenroy ringing out around Irish Independent Park here, Musgrave Park as it used to be known.
Yeah, well, I think they're just trying to lift the team. Ireland under big pressure here.
Line out taken by Coles. England set the ball. Ireland under pressure here. It's a really good driving ball from England. Nearly at the Irish line, but Ireland gets just enough, and then the pressure on. It's held on the ground by Milne there. Did he hold it? He did. He managed to hold him up.
He did brilliantly there. Michael Milne, the one getting the taps on the back. And again, England's maul. They had the early drive, but Ireland just sticking in there, getting their hands on the ball. Big scrum here now.
Time off. Number 5.
Substitute for England. It's another small one, Donald. James Scott's coming in.
They're getting bigger and bigger.
Everything is okay?
Milne did really well, just getting himself in there. You can see him. He's going backwards, but it doesn't matter. He has his hands on the ball. Kept it up off the ground. Up against Tom Willis. With the pressure coming on here now on this scrum.
James Scott in to the second row. It's Coles has gone off.
Yeah, and England put in as well. So
Now playing. Okay. You have the mark on the left, please. Same on the left, on the left.
So Ireland, can they keep England out here? 19 minutes to play. Opening game in the championship for these two teams. And a win here for either side would be massive in terms of their title aspirations. It's gone down again.
penalty England.
Advantage being played there for Willis. One coming.
Yeah, the pressure is mounting on Ireland now.
Captain?
Not sure who is the captain now.
Well, the vice captain, Charlie Ryan, and
Charlie Ryan,
Craig Casey as well.
Yeah, I want more discipline, but there is 3 improvements. One line out, one in the ruck, and one your left prop. So please,
What was the penalty?
Yeah, your left prop on the ground.
That's the general warning. You're in yellow card territory now. But all of this is as a consequence of the pressure, the big physical pressure. And Milne went straight to ground there.
Yeah, okay. Keep your shoulder above your hips, please. Yeah. Go nice. Good balance, mate. Good balance. Yeah, your shoulder. Crash. Down. Bind. Set.
Good shove again from the English pack. It's gone up in the front row.
I'll play the ball.
It's gone 90 as well. Referee says to play the ball. England over. Where's that ball?
It's an Irish.
Left prop.
It's going to be a yellow card.
Your left props.
Yeah, I think.
Under pressure. Left. No, your left props.
Yes, the loose head Milne, who's just come on. That means Wycherley, he'll have to go back out.
What a time.
Ireland now will
for him
go
to
down to 7. Yeah. But he was under pressure. He definitely collapsed that last scrum. And Wycherley is sitting down in the stand here having a nice bottle of water. Suddenly he finds himself back into the action again. No surprise that England are going for the scrum.
So Ireland going to have to take off a player. You'd imagine it's one of the back row. Don't know if it'll make way.
6.
Which one though? Is it Moloney who's going to come off?
No, yeah, I think it is. And it's going to create even more pressure. Dilemma for Ireland now, and England put in. They have to have 8 in the scrum. This is a hole somewhere, I think it's Conor Phillips has gone in to the back row. So
okay, good bind and straight.
Ireland short a winner now. Good
bind and straight, please.
Balance. Crouch.
Big moment in the game.
Bind. Set.
Well, England have only one thing on their minds here.
Ireland get the decision. England shoving early. I wondered would he give it. Well, that is a massive let-off.
Huge decision in a game as tight as this. England over anxious. You know, he's pushing before the engage call. The Ireland got out of jail there.
That was such a pivotal moment. Can Ireland go on and see this one out now? 15 minutes to play.
Yeah, but the problem is they're down to 14 men for the next 9 minutes. That brings us up to, say, 74 minutes. It's a lot of pressure. A big call from the referee there.
Michael Milne, you can see how disappointed he is. I'm sure he's just praying that Ireland somehow can pull this one off. Hardwick gets the offload away. Hinckley carries, but he's smashed by Penny. Hardwick again, decent lines and running. Hodge couldn't hold it to that go forward. It did. Ireland could get the scrum. England at the moment look a little bit rattled.
Well, they're just trying to be too flashy. But again, Ireland are getting the lift from the crowd. Good pressure here. Good. Looks as if Hardwick, there was a hole there just to pass. I think one of the Ireland players got a hand in just as he was about to pass it.
Shut up. Support your body weight, press weight, okay? Weight.
Scrums have been an issue really for most of the game.
Yeah, they've been messy. Ireland, by and large, have done okay. Just 1 or 2 vital ones.
The feed.
Yeah, good channel 1 ball, quick feed.
Let's go from here. Says Harry Byrne. Kicked over the top though from Flannery. Awkward enough one to deal with. 2 back there for England. Hodge has been so composed the whole game, but he's going to have to make a decision here after the pass in field and England kick it away. Harry Byrne well placed to take this and run it back towards the 10, just over it. Clarkson. Tackled by Scott.
No hands now.
Penalty Ireland. Well, Harry Byrne, I should say, has to fancy kicking for goal here.
Has to go for a kick here. Just push it out to 4 points. No, there's a lot of time left in the game, but it eats up a bit of the clock as well with Ireland with Milne in the bin. Great drive there by Clarkson. You just see the interference there. He's playing the ball, he's off his feet. Look at the smile on Casey, I think he enjoyed that.
Certainly did. And Harry Byrne, with 12 minutes to go, has a chance to push Ireland 4 points ahead. And as you say, Don, as well, valuable seconds eaten up with Milne still in the sin bin.
Deeny.
You could hear a pin dropped, but he didn't strike that one at all well.
Stop, Nine! Stop, Nine! Stop! Thanks.
He just never made the right connection, did he?
No. And he had to, because he was a good bit out there.
Yeah.
By 11 seconds.
Just try to force it a bit, maybe.
England getting ready to bring in another substitute. Ollie Fox, scrum half, is going to come on. And I presume it's Sam Munster going to go off. Scrum half and scrum half.
Munster was down injured there for a couple of minutes. No, he seems to be okay. He's running off.
So Fox to see out the game for England at scrum half. Ireland have to put in through the line out. They have another, 5.5 minutes to go before Milne can come back in. It's all about retaining possession now. That wasn't straight now. Oh, that's a...
No straight.
Crucial
Captain.
time to do that.
Just the pressure beginning to tell.
Captain. Yeah. So it's scrum or line out? Scrum. No straight. Scrum. White.
Yeah, you just see it there drifting on the outside.
Let's go.
Niall Murray having to catch it, and definitely clip it.
I want you wait by
a pretty game doing Tierney-Martin, hasn't he? But
yeah, just carried well, worked hard.
So letting him down.
Time off. Time on.
This is of Ireland getting ready to make a change at hooker as well. John McKee ready to come in.
And England's going to unleash Chuima into their back row.
Stretch! Bind! Set!
A little bit slow to feed there, Ollie Fox, but England get the shove early, and then Ireland shove right back. What about that?
And not straight.
If he says it wasn't
you
straight.
bind before and after not
Tom
straight.
Clarkson says, what, me?
Yeah, it looked too good to be true, didn't it? I mean, Ireland were on the retreat, then they found a way to respond. Wycherley fighting hard there at loose head. The referee is on that side of the scrum, and he reckoned that Clarkson just drove it. Who, me? You must be joking.
So England fine touch.
Time off.
Substitution. Here's the actor to him that's coming in. And John McKee for Ireland.
Block it in
place of Tierney, so he goes off with 2 tries to his name. It's not a bad start to the championship as McKee from Belvedere comes on.
Time on.
Good take again from James Scott. Turning out, just trying to get his hands on the ball. He's got it. Look at the size of him. And again, at the Irish 22, England. Scott once more, ball in behind to Hardwick. Oh, that's lovely, but then it breaks down and a chance for Wren to go. Has he got room on the outside? The pass goes to hand, and away goes Flannery. Flannery over the 22 for the corner, just short. Gets the pass away, and the wrong man. Ollie Lawrence for England. Ireland so close to an incredible try. And England camped on their line here.
Stay back.
Can Ireland keep them there? Penalty goes.
Play on the ground, never release.
England get the decision, and Ireland inches down.
Oh, so close to scoring. Jake Flannery.
Yeah.
He's, I don't know that he pulled something. He's flat out on the ground here at the left of your picture. You should just see here the pass from Hardwick just behind, and Jonathan Wren gave the offload. He looked as if he was going to make it, but to be fair, Cameron Redpath, brilliant take from him to get back. But Flannery had the awareness to try and get that pass away. You could see the response there from Michael Milne, who, remember, Ireland down to 14 men. He's still in the bench, or in the bin.
Back on his feet,
cramp, I think. Yeah.
What a run that was.
Fantastic.
Equally good tackle, though, you have to say, from Cameron Redpath.
Yeah. People might remember his dad, Brian Redpath, 60 caps for Scotland.
Flannery doesn't look 100% right,
No, he
though.
doesn't. He's trying to shake it off.
It's not the ball now. England have a player down getting treatment as well, so it's 14 against 14 at the moment. One player back in the 22. Can't quite see who it is from this angle, but possession with Ollie Fox at the back. Charlie Ryan trying to get a hand to it. Oh, completely missed it there, Wren. And Slidehome went for it. Neither took it. It's a bit of a mess on the ground.
There's a comedy of errors there. I think Jonathan Wren just lost sight of the ball and the lights.
Crowd aren't too happy with the referee's decision.
We just see it here.
Like it went off
Slidehome. That hit nobody. So does it go forward here? I don't think so. Yeah. Could have gone either way.
6 green, substitution. Yeah. Time is off. 1 green. Okay. And 1 green.
You know, Moloney is coming back on, Milne coming back on, Wycherley going off. 2 props just having a word.
Yeah, the thin bin.
Maybe he picked up something in the scrum. He's passing on the advice of whatever Joe Hayes is doing at the set piece to give him a bit of help. Because they were under pressure, if you don't remember, when Milne went off and got the yellow card. Just before that, they were under pressure in the scrum, Ireland.
Yeah, it's here.
A 1 point lead, 7 minutes to go. As tight as it gets.
Could go anyway.
No con green.
But Ireland, their resilience, just fighting for every inch in this game.
Time on. Okay, wait my order. Time. Good scrum.
Let's go!
Ollie Fox to feed. Controlled at the back by Tierney-Martin. Fox with the pass, back inside. Oh, big hit there from Lawrence. Dropping the shoulder, and I tell you, he's done massive damage.
Yeah, Casey.
Wait.
He's bounced back on his feet.
Wait.
What do you mean, what am I doing?
The referee might order a HIA here.
He's a little nugget, isn't he?
Please.
Look at him. He took a massive hit there from Ollie Lawrence, I think.
Tough as they come, though, straight back on the ground. It's like Tyson Fury getting up off the canvas there. But
yeah, well, you could see he's feeling it. He didn't want to show the opposition. He was hurting. Typical Shannon, tough as nails.
And Cormac Foley from St Mary's comes in his place.
No, I stopped the game for you, number 9, HEA.
But your man, Ollie Lawrence, is huge.
Yeah.
As broad as he is tall.
Yeah.
I want the same scrum, it's perfect. No,
So
I stopped the game for the 9 HEA. Ouais, c'est bon, Nico, je te laisse. Same scrum, please. Okay?
Let's go,
So he looks a little bit frustrated.
No, but he's trying to say that he's okay, but their medic's absolutely right to take him off. He needs to be checked out.
Stretch! Mind! Set! Yeah, play the ball 8. Now play the ball.
Again, pressure in the scrum. What way is the referee going to go? He says play on. There for Hardwick. England go wide. This is Hodge. Supported his shoulder, but opted to take it on himself. Fox once more. Tierney-Martin. Byrne puts him down with a little help. And Hardwick once more. Katoku. Any score for England now will push them in front. 5 minutes to go.
No ends.
of the line. Was that obstruction? The crowd are saying it was. And the break from Red Pat. The kick ahead as well from slide home. Back there goes Flannery. It's going to go dead. The crowd were saying that there was interference.
Yeah, I thought there was, but in any event, the kick just going too far from Red Pat. Just see it here. Good passing from England. Just here. That was the one that the crowd were questioning. But,
6 and 14.
So Rob Russell comes in place of Conor Phillips, and it's Moloney who goes off.
Yeah, 14,
and
please.
David McCann, the only Ulster player in the entire matchday squad.
Yeah, but I think Noel McNamara just trying to get those fresh legs on. Just under 5 minutes left.
It's been a massive effort from both teams.
Yeah.
It's been a brilliant game of rugby.
Yeah.
Time on.
Byrne goes long. Hardwick is underneath it. Chuima needs to be stopped. Tries to drop into contact, and tackle technique was good. Lawrence. Fox. Taking by Atkins. Back for the scrum half. Hardwick again. Tackles have to be made. And that one was an important one.
No ends, Green. Thanks.
Koku hasn't had quite as many carries in the second half as he did in that first, but still making his presence felt. The tackles have to be. Oh, the pass back inside from Hinckley, and he took a knock to the head, but Penny comes away with it, and a chance here to chip and chase from French. French is after it. Who got a hand on that ball? He's got to kick it through. Referee says play on. Hill picks it up off the ground. He's tackled over the line. It could be a 5-minute scrum for Earn if he doesn't stay on his feet. Surely it is.
They're claiming a try, are they?
The referee hasn't signalled a try. He said it was held up. Is he going to go upstairs and look for the TMO?
What a chase from Sean French.
Carried back over, 5-metre scrum.
Carried back over. Well, Ireland in the right part of the field.
What a chance to see this one.
Yeah, they just got the cue here. It's the pressure. That just look at 2-3 Ireland players there putting all the pressure on Hill. And that is a reflection on the way Ireland have played. Tenacious, gritty, just putting everything into it.
2.5 minutes to play, 1 point the gap. A try here would win it for Ireland. Because England would need 2 scores if they converted it. Ball at the top now with a chance for the scrum half. Foley scores! Scrum half just on the pitch. And has he won this game for Ireland?
Well, he did brilliantly. He'd no right to score there. That Ireland scrum doing the job first up. You just see the pop, and Foley stepping inside the England cover, powering on, stretching for the line. Brilliant from Foley. That should seal it.
Incredible finish to the game. Now this conversion is still important, because if it goes over, England surely wouldn't have time to get 2 scores.
Yeah, you have 40 seconds.
Harry Byrne using every single second. Referee said he had 40 seconds left to take this kick. Struck it much better. He likes it. The flags go up. That surely is the win for Ireland. Donald, what a performance this has been.
Oh, it's been absolutely outstanding. I mean, Ireland, they took a while to come out of the blocks. They handed England 2 tries in the opening quarter, but they never, ever gave up. Stuck in there. And like this team, with 7 of those England players in the World Cup final last year, superb performance from Ireland.
Away comes McCann. 30 seconds to play. England need 2 scores now.
Brilliant.
They don't have the time to get them. Ireland have the ball, just about seeing out the last 20 seconds. I mean, they went in 24-20 down. They were 14-3 down at one stage, Ireland, but they were patient, composed when it mattered. And if you look back at this game again, you could make the point, and the case even, that Ireland gifted England 2 tries. Maybe there was more between these teams than the scoreline suggests at the end. We've gone 80 minutes. There's the final whistle. Ireland start their Six Nations campaign with a win against England. Donald Lennon.
Yeah, absolutely outstanding result. As you said, 14-3 down, but just the fight, the resilience. Look at the response from the players, look at the response from the crowd. Great support. What a start to their campaign. A great start for Ireland. With a view to tomorrow, but brilliant performances all round.
Can I ask you for your man of the match, please?
Yeah, but look, there's really some very good performances on the England side, but really all the heroes in green, 23 of them in all. Up front, the work of the forwards is outstanding. John Hodnett's carry, Scott Penny, brilliant poaching, but my PWC man of the match with 2 tries at vital times in the game is Ireland's hooker, Tierney-Martin.
A brilliant game of rugby and a fantastic result for the home team. Ireland coming from behind at the half-time wig to win this match, and super sub Cormac Foley from St Mary's the man to get that crucial try at the end. Full-time score here at Irish Independent Park in the opening game of the 2019 Six Nations Championship is Ireland 35, England 27.
What an 80 minutes to drag that bunch of young fellas together. They had to face a 14-3 deficit. They pulled it back. They had a man in the bin. But, they rode their luck and they came through. And I guess Bernard, these fellas will kind of use... They grew appreciably even watching them in the last half an hour. Things were thrown at them, situations. They handled them.
Yeah, I think the under-20s might have found a home here. I think the crowd, responded to the
belting atmosphere,
the work rate and the enthusiasm of the players, and the players responded to the crowd and just created a really good atmosphere. And I mean, this is a huge scalp. I think Noel McNamara deserves a huge amount of credit. He had a very tough season last year.
Sure.
World Cup, a lot of injuries, poor results. And he's prepared a team to...
This is his first big win now.
It's a big win, and on paper, Ireland shouldn't have been mapped against that England team.
20 points, the bookies had the England favourites.
Yeah, I mean, what you saw was a group of young men who worked together, well prepared, well drilled, and they got a great win.
OK, well, we'll come back to you in a second, Eddie. Let's hear now from Noel.
No, congratulations. An unbelievable win against a very, very good England side. You must be delighted.
Yeah, absolutely delighted. I thought the boys were absolutely magnificent tonight. You're right, it was a huge challenge. And if you look at that English team on paper, it certainly is very, very impressive. But I thought the character and the cohesion that our boys showed tonight was absolutely first class. And, we're really, really happy to be coming away with 5 points.
And when you consider as well, I mean, the 2 tries that England scored really were of Ireland's mistakes as well. I mean, if those mistakes hadn't happened, maybe you could have been an awful lot further ahead at the end. That shows how dominant Ireland were at certain stages.
Yeah, we created a lot of chances for both sides out there, to be honest about it. And listen, the great thing about this game is there's so much for us to improve on. We're really only scratching the surface. There's lots of aspects of that we look back on and we'll say, listen, that won't be good enough throughout the championship. But we'll have a look at it. We'll enjoy tonight and Scotland next week.
And obviously, Craig had to come off for the HIA. Young Foley comes on and he ends up scoring the try that made certain of the win.
Yeah, Cormac actually has a real knack of scoring tries, to be honest about it. One of the reasons he's on the bench, he's very, very dangerous around the fringes. He's a big guy for a 9, and once he got a sniff, he was always going to get across the line there. So fair play to him, but it really was a 23-man effort, and there's lots of guys today who are unlucky not to get an opportunity. So and hopefully we'll see them over the course of the championship and through to the Junior World Cup.
How much of the 2 warm-up matches, I think the physicality, the intensity that the players would have faced against Leinster and Munster helped them today with the size of that English team?
Yeah, there definitely was. And to be honest about it, last week we had a run out against Cork down here, and that was certainly a really good test for us as well. And the boys got to experience some physicality from them, and that certainly put us on the right track, to be honest. So, they were under no illusions of the task that faced them. But the one thing that this group has in spades is belief, and they believed they could get the job done, and they certainly showed they did.
Okay, cold night, but a brilliant result. Well done, Noel. Fantastic start.
Thanks very much. Much appreciated.
Yeah, Donald was telling us in Against the Head Monday night that Conor shoved them around a bit, but there was no sign of shirking the physical battle there, Eddie.
Well, no, they were physical all night with England, and you could see as the game went on the confidence draining out of England, because they had some dividends in the first half running hardest, but we never gave up. And there's a few times England thought they were just about to pull clear, and we came back at them again. And you could see their confidence dropping. And they had a great goal line stand, Ireland. We ran our luck a bit, but that free kick at the scrum, we were down to 14 men. But we grew from that again.
What was that for? Was it early engagement?
Early engagement. A
Did
tough
they buy
call.
it?
Well, I wouldn't say buy. It's just a tough call.
Yeah.
I think if it went the other way, we'd have been upset. But having said that, look, you can't take away from Ireland. And even when the 1 point was there, we were hanging on. We came back and scored and killed the game. And I think that English team will have to go back and look at themselves in the mirror. Ireland had more energy, more enthusiasm, more physicality against a bigger side. So it's a fantastic victory. Unbelievable second half. England scored 3 points in the second half, despite everything, when you boil it down to that.
Eddie's point there is true. You could see England all of a sudden worrying a little bit too much about it, didn't you? They were kind of a little nervy looking all of a sudden.
Yeah, I think when they had Marcus Smith running the show at 10, he had something else and he had something extra, whereas without him it was a case of route one, and if we can't bully them, what are we going to do?
A lot of kicking in the second half we didn't see in the first.
Exactly, and so I think that they had a very direct style, England, and when it didn't work it was like, okay, now we'll try and get them over the back. But I suppose the creativity of the Irish guys, and also their belief, as Noel McNamara said, their belief said, well, I can run from my 22, and the support was there, and we saw Jake Flannery, getting onto the pass and making a brilliant break, and then cramping, but getting back up and going again. So I think there's a lot more about the Irish team. Like the battle of the back rows for me was just phenomenal. It was our Irish lads were a little bit smaller, but they just worked so hard, and it just what we said beforehand, really, that our systems are working.
Hey, look, I'm getting carried away. I mean, it's hard to judge a crop on one performance, but we were all a little bit worried about, you hear the kind of Bush Telegraph saying that these mightn't be the greatest crop.
Yeah, they probably aren't individually, and particularly in terms of experience. I mean, Hugh and Donald mentioned Harry Byrne, who I think we're going to talk about. He's played one game for Lansdowne in the UBL. Marcus Smith played 47 Premiership games. Sure. I mean, that's incredible. But as a collective, as a team tonight, I think they're really gelled. It looks to be a great team spirit, and they're technically and tactically smart, which is key.
Well, there was a loose period of the game, the first probably 55-60 minutes, and they went toe-to-toe there. But then when it tightened up, I thought that was the impressive bit, because at any one stage, if England had pulled them back, you'd have been worried, especially down to 14 men. When
we got down to 14 men, you were worried. There's no doubt about that. It was a very tight game. But I think I just hung in there. They rode their luck a bit, but sometimes you just got to do what it takes. And that chip over the top on the advantage that Harry Byrne, that was a certain try. He saved us. You just felt the energy of Ireland swinging. And to be fair, as Byrne mentioned, the crowd were on their side all night, and they responded to the crowd, and the crowd responded back. So it was fantastic energy. I mean, when you're here, you really feel it. And I thought they deserved their victory, and I'm glad it wasn't my 1 point. I think it was great that we went in and killed the game, because
5-0 in points.
Yeah, we deserved to, it shouldn't have been that close. We handed them 17 points, 2 tries and a sloppy turnover at a restart for penalty. Had England not got those 17 points, they were out the gate. They didn't believe that at some point. They thought they were always going to come back. But the way Ireland just dug in, it was incredibly great. As Byrne said, the sum greater than the individual parts at the end of it.
Well, that's what you need to build on, isn't it? I mean, at the first game of a championship, these guys now have just discovered that there's more to their teammates than they even expected, I guess. It's fab energy.
That's it. It's bringing it around. And like we mentioned at the start, all the provinces are represented, Leinster more than others perhaps, but coming together then and putting aside the rivalries and putting aside, the bitterness of the under-20 championship.
And let's face it too, the English 20s have a reputation for being the big kiddies, don't they?
Well, they did, and we spoke about that. But as I said, when Route 1 didn't work, went to kicking, and then were a little bit lost, and we met them at the gain line and beyond it and pushed them back, and we didn't take a backward step. At the start, England were very aggressive. They were very aggressive in defence, forced that turnover off our line out because of their defensive line speed. But, we composed ourselves, we got back into the game, and,
have the scalp.
We have the big scalp now.
Word on the atmosphere. I mean, this is the home of the 20s, and it looks like an inspired decision now. 6,000 people here really got into it.
Yeah, they don't get as many high-profile games from Munster, obviously, as they maybe did in the past. It's a phenomenal stadium, and I think they needed to come out and force an eye, and they've got entertainment. So I'd imagine they'll be back for the French game, and maybe even in more numbers.
Absolutely, yeah. Okay, let's take a look at some of the key points in the second half. And man of the match, Tierney-Martin. Let's take a look at that try that got us going in the second half. Eddie?
Well, I mean, this was just a really well-constructed maul off a good line out. And you can see here, they were patient. A lot of times here, people lose their head a little bit, get white line fever. But Ireland, the referee's talking about Ireland, stay on it. And they just got the little edging forward, step by step. And eventually, once they got to this point here, there was only one thing going to happen. But they just had to keep their nerve. But this has been a feature of Ireland all night. When they got into this kill zone, they always scored. Once they got close to the line, they always scored. Even the last try, 5-minute scrum, they scored. And that sucks the energy out of the opposition.
And what does it tell you about the Irish?
Well, it lots of things. It tells you about their composure, their organisation, and not panicking under pressure, knowing that this is a big score, still keeping their head and doing it. But it's also about precision. That maul was well built, well constructed, and well executed. The same with the pick and drives. So they're clinical team, Ireland. Now, what they might have looked at is how they get into that position more often during the championship, but tonight they pull full dividends out of those field positions, which is exceptional work.
No panic at all. Cormac Foley got the try. You heard Noel McNamara say he's dangerous and he has a habit of doing that, and that was almost a fluke because there was a HIA involved, wasn't there? I mean, there was some unbelievable tackle that led to himself, Cormac Foley, coming on. But let's take a look at the try.
And I suppose the scrum, which had creaked a little bit at times, was back up to 8 players now. And you're going here, he's going through 3 people to score that try, and you're sort of saying, is it the right option? They had, Flannery had swung round as well to give him the extra option, drew out the English defender a little bit, so it created that indecision in the English defence. And in fairness to him, he did fantastically well there to get through. If he hadn't, you would have sort of been like, okay, was it the right decision? But it was absolutely the right decision.
There was an inevitability about it though, because the scrum came from a huge pressure on England. They carried the ball back into their own in goal, and you could see the English players drop, their shoulders drop. That was it. There was no way back from that.
Yeah, it was Craig Casey, wasn't it, who took that?
Craig Casey took the big hit, but it was Ted Hill that they picked up and carried over the line. He was their talisman.
Sure.
And that was just kind of a symbol of the night. They just chased and harried every second of play and forced England into a lot of unforced errors.
No respect for reputations.
No, but it's the fight, the dog in the fight, not the fight in the dog, And Ireland just had that tenacity all the way through, and you could see England just couldn't cope with it as the game went on.
Okay, not a perfect game from Harry Byrne, but a lovely way of guiding the play. He has the complete
He's a
set.
very, very consummate footballer, very much the same old as his brother. You see here, this is a phenomenal kick. Ireland needed at that point to find some field position more than anything. They had another phase wasn't going to get anything done, but you saw him again there. Got a great flat pass here, and getting the players on the outside channels around the corner. Again, he's this restart here. It's great hang time on it. Ireland right up under it, putting pressure on England. We get the turnover. They're all seem like small things, but they're hugely effective. Lift the team, and this cross kick here again. Beautiful kick. Unfortunately,
Phillips lost his footing.
He lost his footing, Phillips. But again, showing the composure. And again, this is the game here, really. He gets back, scrambles, wins the ball. Now, that to me was the game for Ireland. I mean,
reminded me slightly of Peter O'Mahony stealing different parts of the pitch.
Exactly, but when you get those moments, it lifts everybody, and you make those moments. He had to work back and win the ball, and he got his head into it. So, I mean, I think Harry Byrne had a super game. His place kicking was excellent. I had one kick he missed and one off the post. I suppose the pressure getting to him a little bit, but at the end of the day, I thought he was the guy that kept things going forward all the time. And to me, it was a very solid performance at 10.
Yeah, I mean, we are getting carried away. We'll load tonight. I mean, it'll move on 4 more games to prove that this vintage is something that's just above average.
Oh no, that's it. I mean, we'll enjoy the moment, and Harry Byrne, obviously, he's there, he's in Leinster, but he's probably fourth choice in Leinster, so he knows he has to be top of the game because he has Sexton, Big Brother and Frawley probably ahead of him, you know, so he needs these performances, doesn't he, because he wants to progress and he wants to be, you know, a professional rugby player.
Pick up on that, yeah, just in terms of the marketplace. I mean, he's not thinking about that now, but it's true, isn't it?
No, but he's an opportunity to win something with his peers, and obviously, you know, put himself in the shop window to Leo Cullen, but also maybe the other provincial coaches. You'll see a lot of these. There's 13 Leinster kids in this group, and they all won't play in Leinster, but that doesn't mean they won't be professional rugby players. And you know, nights like this against quality opposition, it's important that you lay down a marker, and he certainly did, along with a lot of others.
How do you avoid the sugar crash now against Scotland next week? Different circumstances, different type of game, different environment.
I'd rather be dealing with a potential sugar crash than losing a game against England tonight. You know, I think the way they won tonight puts a lot of fuel in the furnace. Now it's about keeping your feet on the ground, going to Scotland and playing well again, not getting too carried away. But that's all part of the process for these lads.
Noel McNamara looks like he'd probably have
I have to say, after
through.
the game, it was a fantastic interview. He was very measured, and it's easy to get carried away. Like when you go in a game of that magnitude, you win well, and the emotion of it. But he was very measured what he said. He was very clear. He was looking for stuff to work on as well, and he said that's one thing that came up, which is that's smart from him. They're not going to get carried away here.
Yeah, exactly. They can enjoy the victory in 7 weeks if it materialises.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Let me just remind you of a few bits and pieces